Okay, guys, welcome back to Jay's Strategies, where we talk about the latest and greatest crypto charts, news, and much, much more. Let's go ahead and dive on into today's crypto prices. I'm utilizing CMC Coin Market Cap, and I'm using their app. And I'm starting to get into this, and I upload it, and I actually signed in a couple different names, so that way I can utilize it when I'm mobile and moving around, and we're rocking from the tablets and the Chromebooks and all that, right? Okay, so what's happening today, guys? Today's overall cryptocurrency market cap is now at 1.63 trillion. 24-hour volume is at 38.6 billion. Bitcoin dominance at 50.9%. Fear and greed index is now at 55. All right. Bitcoin, $42,363. That's 1.3 to the upside today, coming into a weekly close, $829 billion market cap. Ethereum, $2,273. Pretty much riding even on the daily, 272 billion. USDT now at 96 billion. We've been watching them print. When is it going to hit 100 billion? This is when we're going to see some really wild fluctuations and, intense stable coin scrutiny, right? BNB, $45 billion market cap, $306.78 at the price. And we're pretty much 1% up on the 24 hours, okay? Solana riding in that market cap at 41 billion now. So look at that. Will Sol flip BNB? So they're head and head, and that's a pretty high market cap. And Solana, I've been seeing over the time being used much more in the crypto markets as an altcoin. So it is something that we want to hold in our portfolio. And we've been talking about this a long time, all the way when Solana was below $1, right? So we were gathering Solana at that time and all the fun meme stuff. But now look at it. One Solana, $100. You could have got that under $1, right? So insane. Just think about the profits that could be made here, right? As far as altcoins. XRP at your number 6 spot, okay? 53 cents, riding even, right? Today. XRP, $28.7 billion market cap. USDC, $26.1 billion market cap. Now, when you look at that, you can see them printing also. So USDC and USDT. You got to diversify your stablecoins. I've been hearing a lot of hype around Cardano, ADA. 49 cents, 1.6 upside today, 17 bill market cap, right? I've been hearing people talking really bullish about ADA, saying, oh my gosh, ADA to $7. Well, look, it's at 50 cents and 17 bill, so about 30 billion, bring it up towards XRP, would be $1, okay? So, you gotta look, 60 billion, that would be right below ETH if Cardano did go into that, and, it's just something that we're gonna pay attention to, right? Avalanche, AVAX, $35.62, look, 10% move to the upside. Insane today on the weekend, right? $13 billion market cap. So now we're gonna do some portfolio moves coming into February, and we're, gathering more BNB, Solana, XRP, Cardano, Avalanche, Doge, number 10 spot, 7 cents, all right? Tron, Link, Matic, Ton, SHIB, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, right? So those are the 20 in the portfolio. We'll do a breakdown and talk about that, and we'll do some more deep dives into these different projects as we go. And then I could do, if anybody wants suggestions or to put in for whatever tokens that you want, you can just drop it as we go, and then I'll get you on the next one, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at these charts. All right. So now I'm on Bitcoin. I'm on Bitcoin on the daily, okay? And as you can see here, yep, Binance, yep, okay, so I'm on Bitcoin on the daily. You can see that we actually wicked out, okay, below the 50 EMA, so that pain point. I'm using an indicator called Trader's Reality. And with this indicator, you can get all your different moving averages, like you see those lines, the purple one right there, 50 EMA, white line 200, blue line 800. Remember, the rise, retrace, and continuation to the upside is your friend, right? So we had a rise, we had a retrace below the 50 EMA, okay, and we actually pulled out. The 200 EMA is at that $36,000 range right now, so that moving average is moving up towards the price, which is beneficial. 800 EMA, we're still sitting at 31K, okay, and this is on a daily long term. Now, what we wanted to talk about is your weekly close for all your cryptos, okay? Let's go ahead and show you this weekly. Now, I did a tweet, okay? We'll actually go back, and you can see today on X, I was dropping tweets along with the other day for our market here. Let me go ahead and just see what I got going on over there for a second. You guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and shoot on over to X. I've been dropping a lot of info over there. Okay, yes, so I've been doing Bitcoin. You can swing by there. I was talking about from a top to a bottom. So look, we formed a top at that $49,500 range where we actually got into the weekly high of 1, 2, 3 weeks ago, tapping it, right? We pulled all the way back to 38,500 around that area, and now we're at 42,420, right? Bullish target's 48K, so on a bullish upside momentum, you see what that wick is? 48K with resistance. Remember, the 50 EMA on the weekly is at 31.5K. So that's what I was talking about for Bitcoin. Now, if we go back and look at the chart. Now, you always do need these cool down periods, all right? And, something that we want to pay attention to. So if you look, you see the yellow line, the red line, and so on, right? So every time, those are shorter moving averages. And then when we come into the moving averages, it acts as support, or it breaks down and it acts as a resistance, all right? So what I'm looking for on my overall long-term buys, okay, I'm buying when we're hitting these moving averages, and then also when we were in more bearish, when the weekly was below the 50, okay, because you could see in 2023, all right, coming into May, we started to pop back above on the weekly. And for me, the more that we close above the 50 and the 200 on the weekly, I consider that bullish on a longer term scale, buying from week to week, and for the people that DCA with your paychecks on a Friday, on a Monday, okay? So that's why you got to see what's happening for the week. What can we expect coming into this week, right, for Bitcoin? Now we have Ethereum, and Ethereum on the weekly, you can see that it has the 50 EMA is at, well, it's in between the 1800 and the 2000, right? Right here, all right, so the 2271, right, sitting there. You can see it's coming down to the below the moving averages. When we were trading in between the 50 and the 200, then we broke out. So I'm always looking for those areas. So we are overextended. You did see that we got above between the 26 and 28K. So we're going to say 27K. We'll call it as a bullish target. All right. But we did retrace that vector candle completely. Now I'm talking about vector candles. See that last 2 weeks ago when we had that big green vector candle to the upside, we recovered that full candle. Are we going to close below that area at the week or above? We close above and we see the 50 pulling up. That's something that we want to see. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about Binance BNB. All right. Where are we? Oh, I got myself all populated here. Okay. Binance BNB on the weekly. We're at 306 now. All right. 270 is your 50 EMA on a bullish target to the downside. All right, we recovered half of that vector candle a couple weeks ago, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks ago when we pulled above the 50 EMA and closed. Now we're in bullish. Now, I'm looking for my big buy-ins when we are actually on a 4-week time scale. So I'm looking at each week, when am I going to DCA and when am I going to alert all the investors and people that we work with, saying, hey, this is your time within this month, longer term periods and to buy. Okay, so it's not any long-term huge buy signals. I'm still waiting for those areas to do those mass buys. Okay, we're talking about an overall long-term view. All right, guys, remember that. We're looking at this on a long-term perspective on your Sunday for your weekly close. So we showed you Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB. Now, I want to go ahead and go to Solana, because that was right below BNB. We were just talking about that. Sold 97. Look, halfway retraced the vector candle 4 weeks ago. So that was from the last month when we were pulling up. We were like, okay, we could see that. So if we did DCA in there, we're back to that same point. So that would have been, week to week swing trading along with DCAing on the move to the upside. That's how we're thinking. So we're doing our daily trades from one day to another. Okay, from swing high, swing low. Last week high, this week high. Psychological levels, psychological high, psychological low, are set on Sundays right now, and then that's how we could trade in between those periods. The 50 EMA, okay, is at the $50 range for Solana, and then that would be almost a 50% downside move. 30% corrections are always in the cards. We do actually need on Bitcoin a 30% correction because, okay, Bitcoin dominance right now, and this is on the weekly, has been going wild since those ETFs. All right, so you see a lot of fluctuations. The market's getting used to it. So we're going to be paying attention to how these different funds pick up Bitcoin and how they are utilizing it, right? Okay, now we want to talk about gold. Let's take a look at gold because Bitcoin's a digital gold. And then we're looking at Matic. Matic 79, look at this. We're trading right at the 50 EMA. So for Matic, it definitely has more upside to run. I'm glad I was actually looking at this weekly close on Matic in between the 50 and the 200. Okay, so this past week we did wick down to the 200 at the 70-cent range. So this was an area that I was accumulating some more Matic, right? So we talked about it when we were at 50 cents. And we accumulated more at that 70-cent range. So we're at 79, 80 cents right now. But we can see a potential $1.50 move towards the upside. And if we do see some steam on the sell-offs or any bearish momentum, we'll hit that 70 cents back to 50, and then we have our wave buy-ins of 3, right? All right. Gold. Now you got Bitcoin digital gold. Look at this. All right. So you see gold coming back down a bit, but it's at a heavy level of support right at the $2,015 range, right? So if we break that $2,000 range, we can expect almost a 500 pip move to the downside right above the $1,800 range, and then that's when we would see gold flowing back into the markets, people selling off their gold and going into digital assets. And I think that we're actually going to see a lot of this happening, guys. Mark my words, you'll see these other ETFs and then gold and precious metals. Well, Bitcoin, digital gold. People are going to want to hold that digital gold. Real gold, there's abundance of it. It's still being mined, but there's a limited supply, obviously, on Earth, right? But digital gold, it can be managed, it can be realized with a ledger, okay? You can notice from transaction to transactions, and then you can also, it's all about the data, okay? This is how we live nowadays. Everything is all about the data, processing systems that we use and all that, all right? So that's something that we want to pay attention to, okay? Oh, I'll show you guys Dogecoin. Dogecoin, all right, on the weekly. See that? We're right at the 50 and the 200 at the 7-cent range. So we can see actually Dogecoin. Now Dogecoin, I think Dogecoin can actually be bullish in regards to using a layer 2 solution for Dogecoin like Dogechain. Now I've been looking into Dogecoin saying, okay, we need to actually launch some DeFi products on Dogechain for multi-chain wormholes for other blockchains to get into Dogecoin and out, on-ramp, off-ramp, onto Dogechain. Dogechain uses original Doge, okay? And it has a lot of Doge already on chain. So that's really good and bullish, and I can see this growing. Dogechain's been out for a little bit now, and that's something that we've been looking at and paying attention to. I just want to give a shout out to them, okay? The next thing I was just going to shout out, we have a couple things happening this week for you guys, all right? I'm over here on Telegram, okay? I'm rocking with, Dogechain, as I was saying. I was looking into this as far as projects and getting them out. They have that through DXL, right? Baby Long, we have coming this week. You can see that we have done extensive marketing. All right, you can see we wilded out with the team, and we did a bunch of different marketing and calls. We're listed all over all the different listing sites and partnerships. Okay, so this will be a nice, strong launch for you guys to get into. All right, it was a project that was for Baby Long, and it sold NFTs, whitelist spots. So that pre-sale, we filled, people have the tokens, and then we're going into a launch for that. So it's definitely bullish. And then we have some other stuff that's coming up. We have Honk BSC, all right, coming into us, so that way we can see all of that happening. And then we have just swing by Telegram. Don't forget, we're building up a call channel too, so that way we can get all of your information in there for you guys, and we can drop all of the different videos and stuff like that for everybody to join in and see how we're doing and how everything's going on that regard, right? So let me just drop this for everybody. Okay, so we got everybody coming in. We got our whale lounges, so you can see all of us ready to go, right? We're ready to rock. Okay, so we went through. Anybody that's diving in or just joining, you can go back in the video. You can replay the video when we're off of it, or you can go back and replay and see what's going on. Okay, we talked about long-term, weekly, how we see how everything's going. Now, let's go into the immediate short term because we're coming into a session, which is going to be Monday coming up. We're in New York City at the current time, so it's 10:30 a.m. here. You can see actually on my screen. And then you can see here for Bitcoin, 42,352. All right, this is on the 1 hour time frame. We're above that 50 EMA. 50 EMA is at 41,800 right now. So I'm looking forward to a retrace at least back to that 50 before I'm catching it. But you can see that we're above that 800, and that's at the daily open, which is 42,000. What was that? What is that, 350? I think that's 42,250. I'm looking at that right. So you can see that blue line, 800 EMA, it acted as resistance where you see that where it says New York. That red box is New York session. Okay, the last session on Friday. All right. You're going to see Sydney opening up and our psychological levels being set today. Psychological high, 42,750. Psychological low, 41,900. Those are my levels that I'll be trading in between this week going into for Bitcoin, right? Last week high, 43,600 is an area that we can get to being bullish. So we have the 50 EMA crossing over the 800. That will bring us to last week's high of 43,600. Okay, guys? So remember, keep those in mind of when we're going to hit those tops. Now, for our waves, we have the 50 EMA, we have the 200 EMA right above 41,300, and last week low at 40,400. So if we do pull towards the downside, have your limit buy orders set at those ranges. Ethereum on the 1 hour time frame. We are at that 50 EMA. You can see the daily open is sitting there, 2,275. Psychological levels are as followed. 2265 and then 2305. Okay, yeah, so 2305 and then 2275 are our targets, and then we have our highs. You can see on Ethereum, okay, I actually want to pull it, that 800 EMA at 2340. So look, we're below that 800 and 200. So Ethereum has room to run. By hitting this 50 EMA, it's acting as support on a extended upwards trend. So a bullish target for Ethereum for me is above that 800. Quick wick out where it says high ADR. Okay, so we're at $2,345 on the wick top that we could be looking into. All right. And then we have areas where I'll be looking on buys to the downside would be 2,245, 2,225, or two different areas for buy-ins for buy limit orders set. Okay? And then last one we'll take a look at for you guys here is BNB. BNB on the shorter term, you can see we're above that 50. The 50 did cross over the 200. So I'm looking for the rise, retrace, and then continuation to the upside. So I'm looking for a nice retrace to hit that 50 EMA, but our psychological level is at 304 on a low. Psychological high is 309. So we're trading in between those levels for your daily scalp shorts and scalp long trades. Okay? Guys, don't forget to swing by Twitter. All right? Well, now X, I'm going to start saying X more often now, right? So that get that all set in there for us, and we'll be able to get with it and see, so that way we can know that we are in it to win it. So guys, don't forget to follow on X. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, drop your comments, because we're always rocking and getting you guys the latest and greatest information and much, much more. Okay, guys, we had a good one rocking, telling you about the weekly close. Mad love and respect. You were chilling with Jay Strategies, where we talk about the latest and greatest crypto news, charts, and much, much more. Until the next time, guys, to the moon.